All right, Marina, thank you. Well, is compatibility the key to finding lasting love? This concept is being examined in the new book, Bonded by Evolution, the new science of love and connection.
Author Paul Eastwick is a psychology professor at UC Davis. He's joining us live in studio. We had you on Zoom about a week ago. We did a deep dive on online dating. So if you didn't catch that, catch it online, because now we're getting into the nitty gritty.
All right, I'm ready.
Oh,
Let's do it. Yes.
Okay. Because there are plenty of other myths that you kind of try to crack.
Yeah, there's a few out there.
So what are some of the top ones?
I think one myth is the idea that you need to feel extremely positively about somebody the moment that you meet them. Now, look, love at first sight is definitely a thing.
Okay.
In the sense that, look, many couples feel that way when they initially meet. But I'm often compelled to point out that the typical impression that people have of each other in something that'll go on to be a relationship is kind of middling.
Really?
Yeah, and ultimately, it actually doesn't make much of a difference in terms of where your relationship is going to go. So if you felt supremely positively about somebody right away, that's great, but like it's not a bad sign if somebody grew on you slowly. That's also fabulous.
So it's okay to be like, you're all right, I'll see you again.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give you a second date.
We'll see how that goes.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, another one is soulmates. Are they a real thing?
Yeah.
I have a friend that's really into the twin flame concept.
Okay. So
You're bracing yourself.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, Lord.
it often feels that way.
Okay.
And I don't want to take that away from anybody.
Sure.
Like that's an important feeling that often tells us something about what this relationship means to us. But the idea that like, oh, there's one person out there who fits perfectly with me, that's not really anything that we can find evidence for when we do the studies.
That's kind of overwhelming too to think.
Yeah, it really is. So instead of like a missing puzzle piece or twin flame metaphor, I prefer something like a compatibility is something you grow, like what two people,
My husband and I call each other growth mates. That's where we're not soulmates,
really
we're growth
good.
mates. Right.
That's really good. I
Thank
couldn't
you.
have come up with
I appreciate
anything
it.
better than that. Because
mates.
it's like rituals and stories and like this little culture that you have.
That you have together.
That's right.
Yes.
And that's what makes a relationship feel irreplaceable, and that's often the most important thing.
Okay, so the question I have for you, because I remember doing the online dating thing, which we're not going to dive into, but then you'd go out on the date, and it felt like a job interview. So what are some good questions to ask people on a first date, and what should you kind of steer away from?
Because it seems like on those first dates, you're doing the same conversation over and over again. It's not genuine.
So if you know a little something about this person, like one interest, if you can spend 5 minutes like trying to research a question you could ask, something that's designed to get them to disclose a little bit, where the goal is for you to be a good audience, for you to practice listening to
I think this is more for the men. I'm just
But
gonna
I totally get that. Because really the key thing when we're initially getting to know somebody, I think a little bit of disclosure, even a touch of vulnerability, is more appealing than we think.
How dare you be
I know.
vulnerable?
I'm so guarded.
Yeah, because the thing is like, and questions like, we have this scientific thing, we call it the fast friends procedure, and it does tend to work.
What is it?
Well, it's questions like, if you had a crystal ball that could tell you anything, you know, what would you ask it? Or even things like, what's something you've always wanted to do and why haven't you done it yet? I don't recommend doing that at 5 minutes in, but like 75 minutes in, like these things can be effective at building a little closeness between people.
Sounds like a good conversation starter right there. When it comes to making yourself more attractive to a partner, what are some things that you can do that it's not so much how you dress and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's basics in the realm of eating healthy and exercising, but the next thing I would point to is actually spend time in small groups.
Oh.
And now you're thinking, like, how does that make me more attractive? But the idea is that when we spend time in small groups, especially small groups where you interact with the same people repeatedly, is that you will, by spending time with folks, become more appealing to some of them.
Oh, okay.
I think the idea of like becoming more desirable, like this is a bit of a trap that we're kind of locked into in the culture. I'd rather people spend time, I mean,
So you're talking dates of like volunteering or going for like a group hike or something like that. Okay.
So, join any sports, anything, any interest of you. Yes, improv classes. Anything we're going to be spending time with the same people, because some people will end up liking you more over time, and you're hoping that click is mutual.
Makes sense.
Okay.
We love having you in.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me back.
This is like a conversation that can just keep going.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so important for people. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
The time right now is 9:22. Still ahead, we're busting a myth about baldness. What dermatologists are saying about the claim that hats cause hair loss.